na-cover ko lahat ng mga greetings ng morning, afternoon, and evening.
Thank you very much for joining us this very early morning there in LA.
Hindi ko nga pinatulog tong anak ko para gisingin lang ako. Kaya hanggang ngayon gising pa sila.
Siyempre, kailangan ko munang batiin ang ating mga kasamahan na Thomasino dito sa Bicol. Ang mga Thomasinong Bicolano, marami po sa kanilang nanonood ngayon.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-invite sa akin dito at magandang gabi. Thank you sa mga viewers.
I'm so glad po and it's really a big privilege to be here po in this episode of Bridges.
Sa UST Hospital din po ako pinanganak. Kaya talagang Thomasian po ako. Thomasian.
Thomasian all the way. Welcome to the show.
Ganda pa naman ang sinabi ko, hindi ko na narinig. So, hi everyone and nice to be back.
I'm so glad to be here on Bridges. At naway magkaroon tayo lang mas fruitful na pag-usapan.
So, Father, good afternoon.
Marami bang mga youth ngayon, mga kabataan, mga K-pop, panyong sayo?
Magandang gabi din sa ating mga fellow Thomasians and all those who are watching.
I'm glad for trusting me for this particular very important topic.
Kailangan po natin ng mga bridges na katulad ninyo at maraming po tumutulong sa ating mga adhikain.
Our country is blessed with a terrain and tropical climate condition that makes agriculture #1 industry in the Philippines. In fact, farming and fisheries have been the largest subsectors in our agricultural engagement. Indeed, the Philippines is an agricultural country with a large portion of Filipinos living in the rural areas, supporting themselves through agricultural activities. So let us think agriculture, think farming. Our guest today is a Thomasian who shifted from the hotel and restaurant industry to farming with a twist because she associates farming with educating the young on farming and tourism. This episode is brought to us by Katingko, ang pamahid ng bayan, the College of Education Alumni Association, Inc., and the UST Alumni Association, Inc. This is Evelyn Songko, and welcome to Bridges.
Yes, and this is Attorney Dwight Ramos. So to everyone, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, especially to all our viewers worldwide. Hi, Miss Evelyn.
Hello, Attorney Dwight. Oy, Attorney Dwight, ha? Balita ko, ikaw ang presidente ng Thomasinong Ilocano La Union. Congratulations! Uy, balitaan mo naman kami ha, tungkol sa launching nito. Last week yon.
Yes, thank you very much, Doc Evelyn. And true enough, we were successful in launching the Thomasinong Ilocano La Union chapter of the USTAAI, and we are so happy. And yes, I was elected president as well, and we had a new set, the first set of officers for our chapter. And of course, we are very happy that the Thomasian spirit is now in La Union. And with that, we are hoping na marami pang sumali sa amin. So shout out sa mga tiga La Union, mga Thomasinong Ilocano from La Union. hello sa inyo and thank you for joining us and hopefully we can invite more members. Yan. Thank you, Dr. Evelyn.
Tingin ko nga, dami-daming gustong mag-join sa inyo. Sabi sa akin ni John, pinost niya raw at marami naman ang nag-respond na mga Ilocano from La Union. And you know, Attorney Dwight, ang impression ko syempre, no, maraming farms sa La Union. Meron ba kayong farm doon?
Definitely. La Union is of course a farm area. We're actually the valley coming from Baguio. We're just an hour away from Baguio. At going down, no, you will see the farms. No, before reaching the beaches of La Union, makikita mo muna yung napakaraming farms doon. And I do remember when I was young, marami kaming mga tobacco farms dyan sa La Union.
Yeah. And have you thought of yourself as a farmer?
Well, hindi masyado, but yes, you know, the call to farming is always there. Especially kung isang katulad ko na galing sa probinsya, it's always something that is really, to us, very attractive, no? Especially going back to the province. At ngayon nga, dahil doon sa La Union, no, napakarami na yung mga crops na grow din namin sa farms namin. And ang isa pa dyan is yung sugar cane. We grow sugar cane in La Union and that's why we have the basi.
Yes, that's true. Oh, by the way, alam mo, ang ating kaibigan, si Maureen Pickering, is also very busy with her farm. No?
Yes.
No, now, today we will hear from her. And would you like to introduce her?
Oo naman, excited na tayo to hear about her story and of course her husband as well. No? So yung mga plantitos and plantitas natin, this is a show for you. Our guest, Maureen Pickering, is a graduate of BSHRM from the UST College of Education. She was born in Leyte but grew up in Marikina City. No? Sa city na siya lumaki. After graduation, she also pursued her career in Hong Kong. And for many years, she managed the administrative side of Simon's Marine and Yacht Racing while developing her own businesses in Hong Kong and China. She has been active in leading charity fundraising activities to support the heart operations for poor children in Shanghai, to provide calamity assistance to disaster victims in the Philippines, and to help in the purchase of equipment for Bantay Bata Safe House. In 2006, Miss Maureen pursued herself a new direction for herself. Coming to and from Hong Kong and the Philippines, she started developing Hacienda Maldita, turning a bare rice field into an oasis of flora and fauna and a thriving, diversified farm, together, of course, with her dedicated husband, Simon. Let us welcome Miss Maureen. Hi, Miss Maureen. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Maureen.
Good evening to everyone. Hello.
Yes.
Good evening to the Bridges viewers all over. Hello, Ma'am Evelyn. Hello, Attorney Dwight. Thank you for inviting us to share our experience with Hacienda Maldita.
Yes.
Oh,
and thank you too for joining us.
How exciting naman. Kanina, Attorney Dwight was telling me about the farms in La Union. And I know you are in Nueva Ecija and you are also engaged in farming, but you are a graduate of BSHRM, ha? Paano ka naging farmer? And what inspired you to be one?
The whole time right out of graduation, I actually spent most of my career, my professional career overseas in Hong Kong and other Asian countries. But I always have the longing na parang we need to have a place where we can always go back to. And then while we are overseas, we visited a lot of farms. Lalo na yung pick your own. We bring our children there because we're always traveling para they can commune with nature. And then as we talk to the other farmers, parang nakaka-inspire yung kanilang experience and watching that most of them yung family is doing it together, farming together, planting and working. So every now and then when we visit farms, we interviewed them, said, how do you start with this? What do you do? So parang na-inlove kami dun sa nila, idyllic na lifestyle na walang no pressure, na you can just be there, wake up early, smell the nature, you have your fresh produce, you have your own milk and things like that. Sabi ko, parang ang sarap ng ganitong life. Pag after, mag-retire ka na, ganun na yung gagawin ko. So, yun ang naging inspiration namin. And also it helps because we travel a lot. The kids enjoy actually visiting the farms, Doon din sila natututo aside from, kasi at that time, they're only 4 years old. Yung mga binabasa lang mga ABC. So, I help them identify yung mga vegetables. So, farm, di ba? Yung actual na makikita na, this is the banana. This is how it's grown. Ito yung mga animals. This is where the lambs or the baby back ribs comes from. Sinuturo ko sana. So, I think it was, doon kami na-inspire para sa children namin na meron din silang mapupuntahan na sarili na and they can help out. So, yun ang pinaka-inspiration namin.
Yes. So, talagang during your journey pala, you were already looking at it. Pero exactly, Miss Maureen, what were you doing back then in your career? You were involved in business or yung travel mo was more for your business, right? And yung farm visits was more of parang side visits lang ito?
Actually, what we did when we were overseas, we're concentrating on the marine industry, the sports and leisure. So it's still related with our HRM, hotel and restaurant, but we have a niche market wherein we are catering to the big boys who wants to play. Marami silang pera, gusto silang mag-go. So we organize their boat to do racing in different countries. And they do the Asian regatta, so they'll go to Phuket, to Singapore, to Malaysia to bring their boat. What we do, and what Simon does is he takes care and manage of that part, and I do the back work for the hiring and referring of crews. So he takes this big boat to the Asian and do the racing. And the owner spent quite a lot of money. Parang yung lifestyle namin masyadong vital, masyadong a lot of traveling. That's why we needed to go find a place where we can have a sanctuary.
Well, eto pala at this point, pakita natin yung mga boats na ina-assemble nila. Can we do that, John? Pwede ba natin gawin yan? Kasi Maureen is telling us about the boats. Oh, yeah. These are the big boats, ha? Tignan natin yan. Oh. And there are several of these that they gather together. Oh, there. And that's the sailing. Tama ba, Maureen? So is this a contest when they sail?
Yes, ma'am. It's a very expensive competition that's there's only a gentleman's honor. There's no money, but they spend a lot of money to actually do it.
Yes. And of course, to them, this is leisure, but of course, to Maureen and Simon, this is a big job to do, organizing, and as Maureen said, doing all the backdoor preparations for all of these events. So yeah, and you were very, very busy. But on the side, you were thinking about farming and looking at all the farms and visiting them. Which means Miss Maureen, hindi lang ikaw nag-enjoy siguro, even Simon and the kids really enjoyed doing this as well.
Yes, they enjoyed very much. At first, they were very reluctant. So every time we go visit farms, I call it a mystery tour, because we visit them and actually I'm doing espionage, learning what they're doing and what I can apply with our small property here in Nueva Ecija. Because there's so many inputs in the farm, and but what I wanted to do is to make it organic, and also to do a lot of recycling and reusing. So I like to do the combination, and also because our farm is not that big, it is not commercially viable to just have one product. That is why we have to combine different aspects of farming in order for it to work and to be sustainable. That's what we learned through all the visits that we did to the various farms overseas.
Yes. Yeah. May factor ba yung you were born in the province? Is that a factor as well?
In some ways, I think because our grandfather have a coprahan, you know, the coconut plantation, and they have the copra. So I guess, but it's very different because it's only one concentrated product. You either just have coconut or corn in it. For me, it's kind of parang waste ng land, di ba? Because in between, pwede ka pa magsingit ng kung ano para maging actually productive pa and useful yung underneath sa coconut, di ba?
Yes.
Yung mga forest.
And one thing that attracted you as well is yung mga picking, di ba? You said you visit farms and you do some produce picking, like sa La Union, meron kami mga grape picking dyan eh.
Oo, madami pa yung nakain kasi babayadan.
But when you started, was this more of a hobby for you?
Yes, it started more of a hobby. I love to do planting and doing a lot of landscaping and everything. And Simon tell me I can't eat all the plants that I am planting. So she said, why don't you incorporate some vegetables, some other tree and other things that can actually be useful aside from my expensive landscape and flowers. So that's when we studied and tried to learn what we can combine with our landscape garden, the flowers and everything. And we learned that you can combine fruit-bearing trees, hardwood, and also the food for your animals, so that we don't have to actually invest so much in the feeding. Kasi we also thought of eventually, like now, we will have pigs. We have actually so many animals in the farm. But as you know, feeds is very fluctuating in price because of it related to the petrol, diba? Gasoline. Pag tumaas yan, pati feeds mo, kung anong kailangan mong input sa farm, tataas din. So that's what we're trying to minimize in our farming.
Yeah.
So John, self-sustaining yung inyong farm, no? Tama ba yun? There is really a symbiotic relationship between your plants, your animals, the land. Tama ba, Maureen?
Everything, yes, ma'am. Kasi, for example, with my plants, I have goats as well. So yung goats, they eat mostly a lot of green. So pag may nagka-cuttings ako sa mga foliages ko and all the plant trees or every cutting, I can give it to them, right? They eat it. And at yung kanila namang mga manure, yung mga waste, I can collect and I use it for my vermicomposting, and I can use it for my plants. This is the same with our pigs. Our pigs use the, what do you call it? The leftovers in our neighboring farms. For example, halimbawa, summer, magtatanim sila ng maraming mga watermelon. Hindi lahat yon binibili. Pinipili lang nila yung ibibenta. Ang daming naiiwan na actually good for eating pa rin. Pero hindi na kinukolekta. So kami nangungulekta. Pinapakain namin sa baboy namin. Kaya yung baboy namin, organic, vegetarian.
Oh, that is so nice. And then, do you pay them when you get their, yung mga rejects?
No. Yung mga residue lang, hindi.
Oh, yeah.
Sayang na.
Oh, nice.
Minsan, milon, pakwan.
Oh, wow. Maureen, is there some kind of organization or some sort of cooperative among the farmers in your barangay or in your area? Meron bang ganon?
At the moment, wala pa. That's what I'm trying to actually do with them. Kasi I want to cooperate with them in a way that, like halimbawa, I'm trying to teach in my farm. If I'm
so
not planting this wala pa eh. We want to form. Para every one of us can actually benefit from it.
Yes.
So, tell us more about your farm. No, maybe you can picture to us what it is. So you have your decorative plants, your flowering plants, and then you have your vegetable garden, and then you have your animals. How do you arrange them? Kasi napakaganda niyan, ano? So everything is organic. And then I received one floral arrangement that you did. Ang ganda-ganda. You have also turned into a flower arranger. Diba?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, in the surrounding property, what we have planted, 20 years ago, we planted hardwood. So we have mahogany, we have nara, we have acacia. Our acacia that's surrounding my property is around 100 years old or more. Ang daming gustong bumili para lang furniture. Sabi ko, hindi. I wanna keep that for posterity. Nakasurround yan. Lagi nilang yan. Biling ko na yan. Hindi. So, aside from the hardwood, also thick, we have that. And also the paper tree and mango. We also have fruit bearing. So, ayan, mango. Meron siyang area, mango. We have around 70 to 100 mangoes. And then we have the banana area. We have a lot of bananas. And then we also have the calamansi area. So we have calamansi. And then we will have the vegetables, which we plant depending on the season. So puro vegetable siya. And then on another area, we have a rice field. We have a rice field inside the property. And then on near the house is built surrounded by a moat. A moat, like a canal. So surrounding the house is a moat, and we use that to have tilapia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the bridge. And then on the other side, we will have those ornamental plants and flowers. And we're surrounded by frangipani or calachuchi. So ang bango-bango at saka ilang-ilang. And also, I'm trying to plant more of our endangered plants, the Filipino plants. Kasi hindi na masyado katanim ng mga tao. Yan. Hindi kagaya dati, di ba? Meron tayong kaimito sa tabi ng meron tayong kamyas, meron tayong mga ganon. Wala na.
The kamyas,
balimbing.
Yes, oo. Totoo yan. So, yung kamyas, yung mga spider. Yes, flowers. Nako, they're just in the streets. Pero ngayon, you really have to cultivate them, no? Ang ganda.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yun ang pinopromote ko.
Yes. In terms of land area, gaano kalaki yung farm nyo, Miss Maureen? How many hectares ba yan?
Where our home or our house is located, we have about 3 hectares.
3 hectares. So, okay.
And malaking trabaho yan, Attorney Dwight, ha?
3 hectares. Yes,
maglinis ka lang yan, my God. So you have plenty of staff, no, to maintain that.
Yes. So, Miss Maureen, yung marine business nyo is still ongoing, or you retired from it already?
That is our main resources, our main financer. This is our marine business. Still going on. And we are very lucky with, modern technology and everything. And even with with what you call it, COVID, Simon and I can still go on doing it despite all that difficulty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now, no? Attorney Dwight, now that it is pandemic, there was a period really when people cannot go out. And so Maureen is just enjoying her Hacienda Maldita, no? Why did you name it? Why did you name it Hacienda Maldita?
Isn't the answer obvious? Isn't the answer?
Later we'll ask you more about that, Simon.
Yeah,
that's very interesting name,
Yes.
Maureen, why did you think of that?
Well,
when I did that, it's actually like a tongue-in-the-cheek kind of expression. Tongue-in-the-cheek expression.
Yeah, it's really catchy.
This was just a flat land, because imagine it is a rice field. And then I was seeing the whole place, and I told Simon, all the land I can see is mine. Am I not being naughty? Because I'm being maldita. So I said, okay, I think I'll make Hacienda Maldita. Because it's not all mine, but I see all of it.
But
it's really
There's another funny thing, Dr. White.
Yeah.
Our doctor asked me, because she has to do me a prescription. I didn't realize that our street actually is called Guapito. So when she read my Maureen, are you joking me? I need your real address, because it says Hacienda Maldita, Guapito Street, Cabiao, Nueva Ecija. I didn't know the Guapito Street.
Yeah, but you know, somebody from watching from New Zealand has actually sent in a message, and I think that's your daughter, Chara. She's saying that it was actually named after her.
Kiara. Oh my God, Carrie. Oh, yes, yes. And she is so pretty, huh? I saw her. And
Yes.
really, she's also enjoying the farm, I think. It's really because you prepared your family to have a farm, to live in the farm. And maybe in the later on, no, they will really enjoy staying with you there. No? It's, you know, the model of Maureen and Simon's farm is really a self-sustaining farm. You know,
Yes.
you have everything there. Everything that you need is present in the farm. So when you have a lockdown, you can just stay in the farm and enjoy the beauty of nature, enjoy the food and everything, diba? Can you imagine Attorney Dwight being in that area?
Oh, definitely, it's really something, and one thing good about it, as mentioned by Miss Maureen, is yung shift nila was quite gradual. It started with visits muna sa farms, parang conditioning. I guess probably for most of us coming from the cities, that should be the way to go. Di ba, Miss Maureen? How did you prepare yourself and your children into this kind of hobby or this kind of a lifestyle?
By surprising us Friday afternoons at school with the van full of our stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
I guess there are so many things that we can still talk about farming and how Maureen prepared from a shift. No, this is really a shift. Imagine mo naman, Attorney Dwight, from the sea to the land. That's the shift of Maureen and her family, from the sea to the land. And we are going to imagine how beautiful the shift is. And wherever she went, there's really something that is beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see the sea, and it's beautiful to see the nature, the mountain. When I saw some pictures of their farm, imagine they can see from there also Mount Arayat. So well, anyway, palagay ko, ang inspirasyon ni Maureen sa pagiging magsasaka ay ang kanyang kapartner sa buhay, ang kanyang mister. Pero bago natin siya tawagin, break muna tayo, Maureen and Attorney Dwight. Friends, we'll be back in a bit.
Yes, we're back. And this time with more exciting details on how Maureen and her husband Simon became farmers. And so let us welcome to the show as well. Simon, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. How are you all?
Good.
Hello.
Great.
Welcome to the show, Simon.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, we are very happy that you have that you are with us together with Maureen here in Bridges. Simon, you have been with the sea for quite some time. Can you tell us a little on what you used to do before farming came your way? Tell us too why and how you decided to team up with your wife on this.
My core business has always been in what I call the pleasure marine industry, and specifically with sailing yachts or yacht racing. And I started sailing when I was very young. My father was a school teacher and he taught me how to sail, and I progressed into sailing in what we would call Grand Prix yacht racing events and ocean racing events. So it's very different to probably what you are used to hearing about. But we would do races from Sydney to Hobart in Australia, or from Hong Kong originally to Manila. These days, the races are from Hong Kong to Subic. And my role has often been in managing the boats for the owners. So some of these yachts are probably $1 million plus to build or to have built. And then we would campaign these yachts around Asia, and even as far as going to Hawaii to take part in competitions. So that was my core business.
Oh, that is exciting. It's really exciting. Attorney Dwight, right?
Yeah, and that was before falling in love with farming. And then farming came along the way. Was this a conscious thought on your part, or Maureen coaxed you into it? This farming lifestyle.
So the politically correct answer is Maureen coached me into it.
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah.
For me, the property here is always about trying to create a base, a home for the family. I'm an expat child myself. My parents were school teachers. I grew up in the Pacific. As an adult, I've ended up in Asia. And I was creating that next generation of children that didn't really have a home base. So the farm initially for me, that was the ultimate goal, was to create a home base for the family. And then in the longer term, I look at this property as being my pension. So everything that we are investing now is towards that time where I cannot work so actively, perhaps, or don't want to work so actively. And then we can, Maureen and I can generate our income that we need from this property. So, we've planted quite heavily with mahogany and trees like that, which, in the future will generate some income for us. And we have also worked very hard at trying to develop a piggery. And we were doing very, very well with the piggery until swine flu. And we're now having to rebuild our piggery, because basically in the era of swine flu, every single piggery in our greater area lost all of their stock.
So that is right.
We have to start again. So that is the primary cash business side of the property, has been the pigs. And then longer term, our next goal, what we've been working on, is that we want to open the property up to more education, where we can book school tours and things like that. And of course, that plan has been a little bit delayed because of COVID as well, because of course you can't have those kind of activities too, and even the schools haven't had face-to-face. But we're very much interested in the concept of glamping, and also educating children on what farming actually is about.
Yeah. It's really an eye opener, and I guess there it is. No, Simon Simon told us about the boring part of it. There's some rationale into it actually, no? Because when we were talking to Maureen, it was like it was a choice of a lifestyle, but to Simon, no? There's really a reason why he got into it and why he was thinking about it. And so with that, were you ever at odds with your plans regarding the property? Like
No,
she wanted this, you wanted that?
The two ambitions have are symbiotic.
We're glad. Yeah. And Maureen, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
So it was a team effort, right? Was it, you can say, a really team effort for both of you?
Yes, it has to be a very team effort because Simon supported me in everything that I'm doing in kind of way. I confer to him if I'm gonna I wanna put this, like, we need water system. This is what I'm thinking. Do you think this will work? And with this technical know-how, he said, yes, that would work. For example, our supply is from deep well. So we have a windmill. You can imagine Superman with a windmill. So that's in the backdrop. So said, okay, because I have to water a lot of plants. So how big is the tank?
600 liters. 600
liters to supply me with water in our farm. So, and then also when it comes to typhoon, I don't want to cut down trees. I don't want to burn them. So he helped me by pulling them up with his ropes and everything from the boat. Without him, my trees will be gone after typhoon. Those are the drawbacks when, farming, when typhoon comes. We love the rain. And this is now it's raining, but we don't like the typhoon.
Yes. And yeah, with all of that, do you still have, what is your dream for this farm eventually? Yourself?
Eventually, yeah, we would like to invite children actually, so they know actually that the trees, the vegetable, the fruit does not just come from the supermarket. And also for them, I think it is important from the early age that they know about the difference about cabbage and lettuce and broccoli. Hindi nila na differentiate yun eh. Hindi na nila na-identify. And also how to plant simple things because it's very easy to plant. And it's not hard. And also having empathy towards animal, yung petting and everything, and identifying as well. Ano ba yung carabao sa cow? So we like to have children visit us.
Yes. And yeah, Doc Evelyn also nag-converge. They've converged the dreams.
Attorney Dwight. So yes. They're really having what Maureen is saying, I can see, is that they're promoting agriculture tourism. Diba? That's agriculture tourism. When you really invite young people to be in the farm, actually that was what they were doing. They were visiting farms together with the young children. And so they can now invite families or probably even school children together. They can go to the farm, and then I think that's the twist of their project. You have farming with a twist, and the twist is really education. Alam mo, may naisip ako meron tayong guest dati dito. And her school is Sophia's School is the name. And it's really very interesting because right from the start at a young age, the policy of their school is to really help the parents and the children think of nutrition, good food, because it is going to feed the minds, no? Maganda siguro mag-partner sila ni Maureen. Kasi si Maureen, yun, think of nutritious food. Ito si Maureen is think agriculture, think farming. Diba? Yeah. Ang ganda. Because now, siguro dapat, Maureen, you can invite Sophia's School to go to your farm and then enjoy. The children will enjoy looking. Totoo yan, looking at the cow and the cow and the carabao, no? Was it
Yeah,
different?
they cannot tell the difference. You know
Yes.
that, ay, kalabaw, hindi kalabaw yan, baka yan.
And yeah, and as Maureen said, it's also a great experience to get their fruits from the farm itself, no, not from the supermarkets. And it goes without saying, going to the farm instead of to the mall.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Correct.
Children did not go to the mall when they were small. Their adventures are in the farm. And also in our farm, as I said, we had minimized the use of chemical. So you can pick the fruit, kainan mo kagad. Yung mga bayabas, yung mangga, yung kamatis. Wala kasi kaming chemical input.
Attorney Dwight, maybe we can request, Maureen, what do you have in your farm? Can you show us some photos of what you have in the farm?
Yeah, sure.
Number one is the view.
That's our view.
Yeah, that's Mount Arayat, right, Maureen?
Mount Arayat. Yes, ma'am. Mount Arayat.
Beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. You can tell us what those are.
Trees in front are the mahogany.
And
this is when we do our harvest for the golden grain.
Wow.
I want the children to know, mahirap kung magkaroon ng bigas, ng rice. Dapat they should not waste it, really. Ang ginintuang
Is that Simon?
There, yeah, the Simon is speaking mango. And there's a horse in there. We have also horse. This, what we're doing here is we are hand planting. Before that, I'm picking a mulberry in this photo. And this is a miracle fruit. They use that for the... That's calamansi, our calamansi grove. This is what I say. Summer is they plant pakwan, but they don't pick everything for sale. So yung mga natitira, kinokolekta namin. This is another banana variety. This does not have a heart. Diretso siyang bunga. So in there, you can see the picture. We have dragon fruit, pomelo, pomelo, langka namin, ayan. We have so many. Some vegetables are also planted seasonally. Oh, we have the bee.
Honeybee.
Honeybee. So they help us with the pollination. Ayan, papaya. Ang pig namin social din kumakain din ng papaya because we have a lot of papaya.
Wow.
That's kangkong. That's free in the swamp. We collect that and we chomp it up and also feed it to them. Another reduction for cost of feeds for us.
Yes. And yeah, that's very nice. And going back just a bit to Simon. Simon, you mentioned about having the desire of making your farm as a learning hub for kids. So certain advocacies, how do you envision forwarding these advocacies in the community? How do you envision yourself working with the community and advancing these advocacies of, inviting the children? Do you think of working with the schools or organizing the people?
Yeah. The idea that we are wanting to implement is to actually have schools coming for maybe 1 or 2 days and staying over. Border, who's been commenting, has been involved with a school camp in New Zealand where she's been one of the guides assisting the children. And the idea is that the children come and stay overnight, maybe for even 2 or 3 nights, and you have various activities every day for the children to do, and that gives them the exposure to the farming life. And it's even interesting watching children from within our local community. So our house is about 1 kilometer from the main highway, And during the COVID period, when the children cannot go out, you start seeing more and more children coming into the farm areas because that's the one place they can go and not have to wear their mask, or nobody's telling them they have to stay inside. But you can see a little bit of an element that these children, it's actually quite a surprise to be in the farms. Just watching them trying to walk around the puddle or ride their bicycle or motorbike along a muddy road. They don't know how to do it. And these are children of farmers, and they're not having the exposure. And you just imagine the children that are in the city, it's even worse. So, you know, to me, the really the ultimate thing that we can do with the property is it's almost philanthropic in some respects, where you're trying to educate children, and it's not just I mean, I think the elite children need the education maybe more than the poor children.
Yes, and with that, we're really glad that Maureen and the farm pulled you over to this part of the world, and now you're thinking of all of this. But did you have sort of an adjustment period, or some sort of self-adjustment that you had to do in order to be in this farm?
I've been an overseas Filipino worker for nearly 20 years, flying backwards and forwards on a regular basis. So I've had a long time. I mean, I originally came to the Philippines in 1988, and Maureen and I have been together for nearly 30 years. So, you know, I've been coming and going for a very long time. And even, you know, I think that adjustment has happened over a very long period.
He did not find it hard anymore to adjust to the farm. Yeah. Attorney Dwight, I think they will be able to promote their advocacy, no? Because this is really blending agriculture, farming actually, with education, right?
Yes.
Maybe Attorney Dwight, would you like us to, I think Chara is still around. Carrie is still around.
Kiara.
Hi, from New Zealand. Yeah.
Kiara, yes. Kiara.
Yes.
Kiara, would you like to tell us something about your experience in the farm?
She's on mute.
I think you've taken her by surprise.
Yeah.
No, I told her.
Yes, but yeah, because she was telling us earlier, she also really quite enjoyed it a lot. Oh, there she is. Chara, can you join us?
Sorry.
Hi.
I'm back.
Yes.
Friends, Chara is the daughter of Maureen and Simon. Yeah?
Yes, I am the product of them. Yes.
Great.
Tell us about your experience in the farm.
I believe that the farm definitely helped me learn a lot of problem solving skills.
Oh.
One of my, I think, over the years, I've slowly gone back to companies and I've made my way up the ladder. And with the help of my parents and the skills that they taught me, I'm currently starting a management role on the ski field. And I just finished a season managing a sea kayaking company.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. It is beautiful. That is a different perspective, Attorney Dwight, no?
Yes.
In the farm, she learned problem solving. Probably there are many challenges in the farm.
And just common sense.
She was able to, yes. Oh yeah, that is wonderful. Common sense. So finally, Maureen, this is really a very enjoyable afternoon talking about the farm. Before we talked about plantitos and plantitas, no? Pero this one, plantitos and plantitas in a wider scale. Maureen, can you give our viewers your final message?
Yes. I would like to encourage a lot of parents and children or whoever, mentors, that they should encourage a lot of children to actually visit farms instead of visiting malls and also to spend a lot of their extra time exploring the fields, exploring what it is in agriculture. And stop saying that you study hard so you don't become a farmer. Farming is great, you know. It's you just have to, it's not hard work. It is hard work, but there is a way to overcome it. So we should not say, oh, wag kang maging farmer, mag-aral ka, mag-call center ka. No, no, no. We have, Philippines is very rich in, for us, agriculturally. So we should go back to agriculture because a lot of countries are doing very well, like Thailand, you know, but Philippines is much more beautiful. Let us go farming. Let us go organic. Let us respect nature. Let us go sustainable for us and respect the farmers. They work very hard for every grain of palay. Let us do our.
Very well said.
Yeah, that is so wonderful. That's a beautiful message. I like it. Respect every bit of the palay. Wonderful. So, thank you very much, Maureen and
Simon
and Kara.
And Kara, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is a wonderful afternoon. Now we're closing our show, but it's important that we bring home with us, we are at home anyway, we bring with us the message of Maureen and Simon that indeed there is farming is a beautiful experience, and we can combine farming with education. And farming is not just planting, but it is also influencing the young so that the young will make sense out of food production, that the young will appreciate what their parents are working when they are in the farm. So let us bring our children to the farm. Let's bring them there so that they will appreciate the food that they are eating, the labor that the farmers are putting into what they are doing. And definitely self-sustaining farming is a beautiful experience for everyone.
Yes.
So, yeah, once more, thank you to Katinko and the USTAAI and SEAFI for bringing us this show.
Yes, thank you everyone. And before we close, we'd like to congratulate the team USTAAI for winning the Golden Cross and Sabre Alumni Association Inc. Bowling Tournament. Yeah, and so we were the champion, the USTAAI.
Yeah,
and of course, yes, congratulations to USC Golden Cross and Sabre Alumni Association, the officers, as well as all the members, and especially, of course, the president, Dr. Rod De Mesa, for such a wonderful and successful event, the bowling tournament. Dr. Evelyn?
Very active ang Golden Cross and Sabre Alumni Association, no? Congratulations to you. And definitely, congratulations to architect Ramon Orlina for receiving the GAT Andres Bonifacio Award, the highest award given by the City Government of Manila to the Manileños.
Yes, and of course, join us every Tuesday for our Bridges show. And next week, Doc Evelyn, we will be having...
Yeah, we're going to talk about cyber security. And our guest will be Engineer Roland Ong. Are you interested in that?
Definitely, yes. That's the talk of the town now, no? Yung cybersecurity na yan, because it's now very important for all of us, especially our kids, ourselves.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I really hope, no, that there will be many who will join us, particularly the young ones, so that they will secure themselves, they can help other people secure themselves against cybercrime. Mukhang gusto yan Attorney Dwight, no?
Correct. And that is what we'll be having next week. Again, Tuesday at 5 p.m. We really hope that you can all join us for the next.
Attorney Dwight, can you tell also our viewers that there are alumni organizations that are now in the different areas, no, forming themselves?
Yes, definitely. As we mentioned earlier in the show, we just launched the Thomasinong Ilocano in La Union. Yes, and a lot of our friends, fellow Thomasians, are also forming their chapters. If you are anywhere there, whether you're living there, you have roots there, or you are working in the provinces, then you can join them. We have one being formed in Cavite. Yeah, Cavite. Also in Quezon. Yes, Quezon, and also in Ilocos Norte. Yeah,
Oh,
dami,
yes.
no? Yes,
How do
and
you
of
call
course,
it? Tomasinong Ilocano, Ilocos Norte.
Ilocos Norte, yes, because there's also Ilocos Sur. Of course, we also have Cagayan. No? So you
really
can join them.
No?
Yes,
We're
pretty
all
soon.
over.
Yes, pretty soon, probably also in Nueva Ecija. Yan, based in Maldita Farm.
Yeah, that will be their hub. Okay,
Yes.
that will be their hub. So
overseas, we have Australia, Canada coming up soon. So if you're a Thomasian out there, don't be alone, don't be lonely. You can join the chapters that are being formed. Yeah.
Yes. Connect with us. So Attorney Dwight, we close.
Yes.
And say?
Yes. So to all our viewers, thank you for joining us. Once again, this is Attorney Dwight Ramos. You know, here at Bridges, we build connections of people, connections of knowledge. Magandang gabi sa ating lahat.
And thank you everyone for joining us. Don't forget, next week, Cyber Security with Engineer Roland Ong. This is Evelyn Songko. Let us all create bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Mabuhay.
Good night.
Mabuhay! Isang mainit na pagbati mula sa puso, mula sa aming lahat, dito sa Bridges.
Isang pagbati po ng mapayapa, malusog, at magandang gabi sa isang espesyal na araw.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers here and abroad.
Good evening and good morning to all our viewers worldwide.
I'm truly honored to join you tonight.
Good afternoon from wherever you're at. And once again, thanks for tuning in.
Good evening to all our viewers around the world.
This is one of the best episodes we will have in Bridges, certainly. Ma'am Evelyn, right?
Totoo yan. Because tonight, we're going to feature two very well-known natin.